Hello everyone, today is Monday, May 1st, 2023 at 2:40 p.m. So as I said earlier, for some reason, I know why, because last night I felt freezing cold up in here. And it was supposedly warm or in the high 80s, like 87 degrees yesterday. So it was supposedly 87 degrees yesterday, and I didn't go outside at all because of what happened the past couple of days. So I thought, well, then it started to get like in the mid 60s. So because I was cold, I couldn't sleep at all last night. And then it was like 4:18 a.m. this morning. I looked at my phone after taking a bathroom trip. And then I turned the heater on. And once I turned the heater on at the highest, then I was able to get me some sleep and sleep good. And then I woke up, I think it was just before 10 o'clock in the morning, or right around 10 o'clock. And I'm like, well, I would have wanted to have, awakened earlier that day. Today. But I feel like 10 o'clock is too late for me to wake up. Or, I couldn't get any sleep at all until after 4:15 this morning. And then I had like some intense, deep dreams. So then when I got up this morning, I turned the beans off and I let them cool down quite a bit. And so I would have loved to have had some flavor and some meat, So today I took out the last small bit of the beef stew meat. And I'm letting it thaw out. And I guess I'll just put it in a small pan and bake it in the toaster oven, the little meat, and then put it on the side of the beans and rice. So other than my green powder supplement and a little bit of the that small amount of like a few little small containers of the applesauce. Other than that, I don't really have any like fruits and vegetables in here at the moment. So it's like if I wouldn't have made that mistake, was it last week or the week before when I tried to call myself trying to make the crock pot mango chicken? The only it's not that I can't cook. As I said, I just come from off the being on the streets for a few years and haven't had that much cooking, and then first time trying that recipe with the crock pot, and I wasn't sure about the size or the measurements or anything like that. And I wasn't even thinking. I forgot that rice and sometimes beans, they expand when they cook. So, and then I was sleep deprived as well. So, if I can stay here past Saturday, stay here for another month, I would like to give the mango chicken dish that I tried to make I would like to give it another shot. I would like to try to give it another shot. So, you know, but, so I cooked the rice separately from the beans. And even with the rice, I mean, you know, this time around, you know, I think it was the day before yesterday, I made just nothing but rice. And maybe because of the coconut oil, it made it like soggier. And then I think I cooked it too long, and it was kind of watery at the bottom. But at the top, it seemed like it came out perfect and beautiful. So I'm glad it didn't overflow. But another reason why I couldn't sleep last night, because I kind of felt like scared, and the idea of sleeping with one eye open because of being afraid of the, you know, with the crock pot thing, you know, being afraid that even though I had it cooked on, to cook on low, I had this fear that it might overflow or burn or who knows what. But I kind of felt like the beans were more watery than I wanted them to be. So but you know, it's easier on the stove because then, you know, the water will cook down on the stove, you know, and then you can achieve whatever consistency that you want. But I mean, I've been cooking and being independent for so many years and stuff, you know, but the online gang stalkers, they do not know me. You know, one mistake does not mean that you cannot cook that you are a bad cook and that you cannot cook beans and rice. I mean, even experienced or professional people even make mistakes. You know, but they think that I deserve to be punished and that my ebook shouldn't sell because of one mistake. And they just want me to, even last night and this morning, I was just feeling extremely depressed and feeling really down about the way they dogged me out really bad, you know, about my ebooks, you know, and I know it's part of the gang stalking, it's part of the bullying, and part of their narcissistic personality, their narcissistic abuse, and everything. So, and it's like, that's funny because they're brainwashed to believe the New World Order lies, and they shun and reject the truth and think that they're better and think that they're perfect, but at the same time, they're jealous. And they claim that they're sick and tired of me, but been stalking me for years. So, I mean, they wanted me to have, like, they wanted me to feel the emotion of massive shame. That I should learn my lesson to never cook again. Never show a video of cooking again. Never write it in an ebook ever again on cooking or, I mean, they have a problem with me eating for survival. They have a problem with me trying to live. Because they don't want me, they want me dead. And that, with them calling me fat and greedy, they get that from my twin sister, and she had been more overweight than me, and she's still overweight. But people been calling me greedy since foster care. I was on those psychiatric medications, and it's like extremely triggering. And I'm walking around, look at how many more people who's fatter than me, and you know, nobody tries to control what they eat or how they eat. They have people who live off of eating McDonald's every doggone day. And I'm wondering, if you eat McDonald's every day, how the hell you stay skinny? I don't get it. And people want to they just say, but metabolism or genetic makeup or whatever. But some people who can't lose, if they, can't lose weight no matter what they try. Some people say, I heard that the mercury amalgam fillings in your mouth is keeping you from losing weight. And sometimes people say age as well, like if you're kind of old or whatever. But I think it was the year 2013 when I found out about mercury fillings. Oh, no, it was 2012. About mercury fillings being so toxic and keeping people obese. And I've heard stories about how people got their fillings removed out of their mouths. And if you get the fillings removed out of your mouth, then I heard, and then like properly do a heavy metal detox, I heard you lose massive weight like crazy. Like you almost a whole new person. So the mainstream dentistry, Medicaid will pay for the low-income poor to have these toxic fillings put into their mouths. But the insurance does not cover getting them removed. Now let that sink in. And it's a neurotoxin and can contribute to behavior problems or bad problems. And then if you eating junk food, that's just not helping. But kids end up with these problems like so-called ADHD and because it seems like as if we feeding too much into the system, and kids are being destroyed. So I grew up in foster care, was experimented on, had the forced to get, I can't even say that V word, VANNES, and the routine shots and get fillings in our mouths, forced to see a psychiatrist and take medication. And the food we grew up on in foster care wasn't always the healthiest. Excuse me. Oh. So, and I'm so poor that my diet isn't always the best, So, but yeah, it's like, I guess I've been, living in hotels and motels with being homeless, I still make microwave cooking mistakes, but not enough to blow the doggone microwave out. Blow it up by accident or nothing like that. But me trying to make farina in a microwave, and then the farina will overflow, and then I have to clean the little turntable and stuff like that. But this morning, I had a big, huge bowl of oatmeal, and that was the last of the oatmeal. And I was so full and stuff that I couldn't even eat the eggs or the, I was so full that I couldn't eat the eggs or the I lost my train of thought. I couldn't eat the eggs or the little applesauce that I wanted to eat. So, I guess the only breakfast food I have tomorrow excuse me, the farina. And some of the farina had a little bit of it spilled on the dry farina. It spilled on the on the floor, and I had to clean it up. So I have that small pack of banana nut muffins, and I can have it for either snack or breakfast. So I mean, I wish I could, buy groceries. Like, well, I can't do it tomorrow because it's already afternoon, and the transportation. Oh, and definitely, I know the 3rd is going to be booked up. It's going to be booked up the Wednesday because everybody getting their check. So I guess I probably shouldn't even bother, So I probably shouldn't even bother. But yeah, the 3rd of the month. Yeah, I mean, you can't even get a taxi cab, whatever city and state you're in, because they'd be all booked because the 1st and 3rd of the month, everybody getting their Social Security check. And cab drivers, I guess they make the most money then, because people having to haul groceries in a taxi, or with me, sometimes I guess taxi or Uber or whatever, but so with the free transportation, I don't even know if I would have a spot to get groceries this week if I wanted to. If I want to get real groceries. So, I don't like that P word, paranoia or paranoid. But the gang stalkers having me feel they've already fraudulently and illegally found out exactly where I live before I even announced the city that I was at. They draw context clues, just like I didn't tell the perps where I was, but they're like, well, because I guess they try to look for, like when I'm showing the footage of the gang stalking, it's like they found out that one of those times that I was staying at the Roadway Inn in Florence, Kentucky, that was like not that far from Cincinnati. So they act like as if they want to teach me a lesson. They want to bully me and think that they got the authority to punish. And they want to try to act like they want to teach me a lesson to never do this again or never do that again. And you don't have the authority to discipline, handle, or punish me. You're an online stranger meddling in my business. And just like narcissistic abusers, it's like they're so big on trying to play God and make you learn your lesson. And they worship and idolize punishment. So, like, if you make a mistake, you should learn your lesson to never, ever, ever, ever again cook again in life. Or you should never drive a car ever again. Or you don't have the mentality, the mindset, or the business, or the right to drive a car because you made a mistake. I mean, but they can drive as reckless as they want and magically never gets pulled over by the police. Maybe because the police know who they are and they're all Masonic and everything, so that they can, I have my own family members that speed on a highway and make me feel unsafe in a car. So when Janet, took advantage of me and had me go to Miami, we were on the road for not even an hour, and she was supposedly sleep deprived, and she drove the whole, I think she had us stop in Orlando for like a couple of hours, and then she sent us on our merry way and drove all day long. And the perps set me up to be sleep deprived, because originally me and her were supposed to take turns driving the rental car all the way down to Miami when we got that first stimulus check back in 2020. But she treated me like she didn't trust me to drive. But she was speeding way over the speed limit, and then the state trooper pulled her over, and she actually started crying, and she tried to slick talk her way out. Like Janet was a perp, like throwing up those satanic hand signs and stuff, and so she felt like because she has a license as a police officer or a former police officer or whatever, that she thought that she would get let off, and then she she thought she was gonna get let off, but then she was able to slick talk or talk her way to get like half the guy, the state trooper just gave her like half the her ticket was like half the price that it originally was going to be, or something like that. And so it seemed like she got mad and took it out on me and acted like a narc and a perp towards me the whole trip. And then once we got back to Pensacola, she acted her normal self again. But she just sat there and allowed her 8-year-old son to disrespect me and talk to me. At first the boy was very respectful and nice and everything. And it's like, who the hell put something in his head, to make him be abusive and disrespectful towards me? And Janet just sat there and let it happen. So she probably was a perp that put stuff in her head. And they had perps who I don't even know that were going, whispering stuff to Janet. And they had this white lady that I think she lived below Janet. And they were following the shit out of us like everywhere we went. I mean, she was following the shit out of us everywhere we went. And so, when Janet tried to have me to drive, practice driving, trying to regain my driving skills again, and the perps hit me with energy weapons so bad that they had my legs shaking while I was trying to drive. And then I think they hit me with energy weapons and made me extra fearful. So bad I couldn't even drive. And then they wanted to make me sleep deprived on purpose so that they could set me up to not be able to perform properly or drive. This is wrong. So, as y'all may have seen in the video from Saturday's incident, that fake police officer was so quick to talk about what rights the perps have. But the perps who are not police, they're just your neighbors and act like they think they have the authority the right to boss and control you and take away your rights as a targeted individual. That they are robbing us of our rights. So, they think they got the authority to rob us of our rights while telling me this person has a right to do this. And I'm like, well, what about my rights? Oh, you don't have any rights. Like when I had when I was dealing with the when they gang stalked me and wrongfully banned me and bullied and abused me for not going to the fake church service at the fake Salvation Army homeless shelter in Denton, Texas in 2007, you know, they trashed up my belongings and set me up and lied on me, and then lied to the police and said that I trashed up my own belongings. And then the police was trying to say, well, they have a right to do this. They have a right to do this. He has a right to do this. He has a right to do that. They have a right to do this. And I'm like, well, what rights do I have? And he got in my face and said, none. I didn't realize that was part of the gang stalking back then. But, you know, I was heavily persecuted and treated so much like shit in Denton, Texas. And was, you know, I was actually miserable in Denton, Texas, and stayed there 4 years and felt trapped and could not wait to get out, couldn't wait to leave. And I knew I didn't want to die there. I almost did a couple of times, but I knew I didn't want to die there. My whole entire family hated Denton, Texas. None of us liked Denton, Texas. And I don't think I ever want to go there again. The only reason, 2 reasons I might want to go there though. I love the rec center at University of North Texas. I love that rec center and the pool and everything like that. But I hated the lifeguards. and that Beth Marie's ice cream. If that place is still in business and they have that butter brickle ice cream, that would be the only reason I would want to go back to Denton, Texas. Other than that, fuck everything about Denton, Texas. I hate it. But they had some good pizza downtown. I don't remember what the name of the pizza was, but they had some good ass pizza. But there is nothing really in Denton, Texas. Just like this small town Bloomington, ain't much of nothing here. And I didn't even know about any farmers markets in Denton, Texas, if they had any. But on rare occasions, I would see somebody selling watermelon from out of the back of their truck. But, yeah, so, I mean, I guess I was just so overly, you know, just locking myself inside all day and feeling so depressed, like suicidal depressed for years. And kept trying to get jobs. Nobody wanted to give me a job. And it was hard, you know, struggling. And then it wasn't until after I left Denton, Texas, was when Dallas, Texas called me up and told me that I was approved for Section 8. But I was already in Los Angeles, and I wanted to go to translation school in Los Angeles. But I never had the money, or I could never afford it. But I finally got that Section 8 in Los Angeles. And I stayed there 4.5 years. And I wanted to, you know, live the rest of my life in Los Angeles and thought I loved it. But then the people were fake, and I just, I got sick and tired of it. So, it seemed like the more truth I found out, that's the more the gang stalking would get worse. The more I researched. And they would bully, harass, and lecture and threaten me about researching Illuminati, New World Order, natural health, and the Christian way of life and stuff. And it's like, but you profess to be Christian, but you're brainwashed and following the New World Order agendas. You run your church like a cult. You're very controlling, manipulative, and abusive. You know, and so I still researched anyway. And then, so, I mean, like, I was at wit's end and even could not get a job in Los Angeles. Excuse me. I couldn't get a job in Los Angeles at all. And I was just, you know, barely making it. Just barely making it. But when I first got that place, I panhandled a few times in Hollywood. You know, just enough for some McDonald's to eat. 'Cause I was hungry and I was trying to go to the food bank, but when you go to the food banks in Los Angeles, you have to wait in line for at least 3 or 4 hours. And then they give you this fake church service. And then they have abusive, mean, fake volunteers that are communal narcissists. And they treat you very mean, and they treat you like a punished slave with no rights. And if you don't want the blueberry streusel cake, but you want the chocolate pie, they'll say that you have to get what's given to you, and you don't have a right to switch things out or choose or whatever. And they're very nasty about it. Like, you don't really care about people. You just want to look good, pretend to fake look good. Because if you really cared, you would have compassion instead of looking down on people and think that you can pretend to be a fake volunteer just for image and fake self-righteousness. So, let's see. Maybe like 4 or 5 times I panhandled in 2012, shortly after I got my place. And, but it would be like just for $5 or something, you know, not too much. But then once I got established, excuse me, after a few months, then, you know, and also, I didn't have a refrigerator when I first moved in as well. And so eventually I ended up getting a refrigerator, and I had a stove, but I just didn't have a refrigerator. And so I had to eat out just about every meal because of not having a refrigerator. So, so eventually I got the refrigerator, and I started cooking and, you know, being independent and doing things for myself. You know, I have a whole bachelor's degree and get treated so elementary, like as if I'm not capable. In the online gang stalkers, they don't know much of anything about me, but they think that they know you better than you know yourself by following and illegally following and stalking you for so long. But they just want to make a malicious, false narrative, that anything to take away from you looking good. They want to just make you look bad, you know. So if I've caught the online gang stalkers lying and falsely assuming that I never had my own place before, they have lied and said that I never took care of myself. And then lied and said that I've been scamming and begging and panhandling all my life, which is not true. You know, so And it seems like, it really does seem like a Truman Show kind of thing. Or like as if they're watching my life for sports and entertainment. Watching my life like a whole damn football game. So, basically, it's like as if the gang stalkers are in the online gang stalkers are like in the audience. And if they see me winning, they get mad. And they feel like they're losing. And they get mad, and so they feel like they got to work harder to destroy me. But if they see me losing, it's funny to them, and they want to rejoice. So the fact that I accomplished some things, I got in this place, and when I got into this place, and that made them angry, I almost didn't get the help. And seemed like people didn't want to help. And so I'm like, this can get me off the streets. Like, what are y'all doing? I'm just trying to get help this one last time so I can get off the streets. So people acted like they didn't want to help. And then eventually I got some help at the very last minute. But at the same time, I guess they wanted to see proof that me being on a bus wasn't convincing enough. But after I got here, that's when more donations started flowing in. And so then it was just enough, for me to get into this place. And so I got in here, and the gang stopped me within less than an hour after settling in. Like, and so, I think after I paid after the donations and stuff, after I paid the rent, then I think I probably had like $3 left in the bank. So then, the online perps got mad at me celebrating. I said I did this on my own, and when I said I did it on my own, I know I had help and donations, but when I say that I did this on my own, I said that I did this without selling out or taking a bribe or a deal to become satanic. I still have my soul. From what I know, I still have my soul, and I have not sold out. So when I say I did this on my own, I did it without selling out and becoming a perp. So they're hating really hard and mad at that. So they found out, they look for context clues, trying to find out where I'm at. And like, yeah, we got the number to the rental office. We got the number to the rental office to where she's staying at. And this is the online gang stalkers. Yeah, we got the phone number to the rental office to where she's staying at. So so then, they think that they can use that to keep me online and keep me from exposing, and to try to keep me under control and try to keep me in fear. So it's like, well, I didn't need the online gang stalkers to get me run out of here. It's the in-person gang stalkers. And it's like I have a false bad reputation, and I just got here and it already spread throughout the community. While y'all gang stalking the fuck out of me, and I have proof. They want with them fraudulently and illegally driving around with one headlight and arm out the window, blasting loud music, just red car, doing it all. or they want to use those high-sitting fake pickup trucks that if the higher the truck is with the bigger tires, if the truck sits higher with bigger tires, that they think that they can make it more frightening and more intimidating rather than just a sensible, normal pickup truck. But no, they want to try to have like a V8 engine or V10, V12, and just try to think that they can like have a big fat monster truck and just stroke their ego, their narc ego, and think they're more cool and amazing, that they got the trucks that light up and sit high, and trucks that they make the tires taller than me. It'd be a pickup truck, and I'm 5 feet 2 inches tall. They want the pickup truck's tires to be taller than my height. That you got to climb a whole damn ladder in order to get into the truck. And so, they drive around with one headlight and arm hanging out the window, red car, and have the child be like 4 years old sitting in the front seat with no seat belt and speeding really fast. And y'all tell me I shouldn't be driving, that I shouldn't have a car. Y'all think that I'm not mentally capable of working a job. Well, fucking with and harassing somebody at work, that would mess with anybody's performance. Treating people mean, they'll mess with anybody. But I have an extra disadvantage because I'm already disabled. So it seems like I already showed y'all April 6th. Well, I put out the video a couple of days ago, that April 6th video of when I first touched down in this city. And the Victoria police was gang stalking and surveilling me and moving funny and acting weird. Like right after I just got off the Greyhound bus station. I'm like, ain't this some shit? Like, I just don't get it. So y'all all gang stalking me. Y'all all work for the devil. Excuse me. And y'all falsely accusing me of being a bad person, a menace, a troublemaker, any and everything, just to make me look bad. So I'm kind of traumatized from this past weekend that, it's Monday, May 1st, and by this time, it's 3:23 p.m. Okay, so, here go the fake, Darnell Williams perp. It was 33 minutes ago. He said, now just to work on a job, what happens if no one, and he, he made a fake account and said greedy grand perp. This is the first perp that fraudulently and illegally found out where I live at and bragged about how he called up the Dollar General and the post office. How come I don't have I think I do have the post office phone number. But yeah, he got the post office phone number, the Dollar General phone number. He said he called up Cynthia and Savannah from Dollar General and the post office, and he has they acquired the number to the rental office. He's bragging about how he's gonna, by next month, that I'll be homeless on the streets. So that's one of the reasons why I've been feeling reluctant and scared to go and buy groceries for this week. So the next few days, I guess I have to be, today, live off the last bit of meat and have to just live off of farina, beans, and rice every day for the next few days. I mean, farina, beans, rice, and eggs for the next few days. Boiled eggs, So, and so, I just got here. I accomplished getting a place to live. I accomplished getting my, the first payment for monetization, and they started attacking my channel, causing me to get undeserved strikes and from old videos and everything. And they act like as if they want to, been stalking me for years, but they act like as if they want to stalk the fuck out of me and actually trying to run me off the internet and saying Candy needs to stay off the internet and she's crazy and she needs to seek mental health healing at a mental health clinic, or she needs to be stabilized on medication. And it's like, y'all are not God. I'm not going to hell behind y'all. I'm not going to hell behind doing what you tell me to do. Excuse me. And it's like, about 2 decades ago, I didn't know any better. But I was compliant with psychiatric medications and still being oppressed and abused and sabotaged and everything. And taking psychiatric medications will not make Starbricker or anybody else respect me more. That's not going to stop them. That's not going to stop them from doing what they do. I think, they're going to oppress me until one of us die first. If I die, before any of these perps, then I think they're still going to perp and oppress me and mock and make fun even after I'm dead. Just like with these celebrities, they will still mock, laugh at, and spread the false rumors, even after you're dead. So they got a so-called fake Christian church on, I'm going to say literally every, 1 or 2 churches on almost literally every corner. Actually, almost on every, like so many churches, in this, in this small little town, so many so-called Christian churches and like everybody around me is satanic. Almost everybody around me is satanic. So, I know what they're doing is wrong, but say, for example, if somebody professes to be a targeted individual and they defend and agree with the fake Darnell Williams perp, that's you defending and agreeing with the whole sex trafficker. And then it's like you're a fake T.I. perp. And then they'll say, Candy gets mad and blocks you anytime you disagree with her. But so you're a perp. You're a perp. Or they being like, well, everybody who doesn't agree with her is a perp. But why are you defending and agreeing with evil, but you telling everybody to repent of their sins? You got everything backwards. Because you serve the devil in secret behind closed doors while pretending to be good and godly and holy. Beating everybody upside the head with the Bible, telling them to repent and change their lives, when behind closed doors you committing the vilest, most satanic ritual abuse on innocent children. While hypocritically telling everybody else to repent. You sitting there performing witchcraft on people behind closed doors, and you telling everybody to repent, or telling everybody that they're going to hell. But it's like the online the gang stalkers act like as if they want to try to force me to be a satanic whore. And there's another female that's going through this too. She's supposedly, I guess, from Los Angeles. And she's been homeless and wanting to be independent. And from what it sounds like, is if everybody trying to force her to be a satanic prostitute. And she's trying to live for Jesus Christ. She's trying to live for Jesus Christ, you know. And it's like, well, she's going through, you know, a lot of somewhat similar to what I'm going through, you know. So, as I said, the gang stalkers want to keep me in fear, keep me under control, not allow me to expose anything. So, and then it's like I lost quite a few subscribers and had like over 100 views, but only 1 thumbs up. So I have very few supportive people and very few targeted individuals, you know, that watch my channel. And that it's like, so I mean it's like they got a lot of people on TikTok that supposedly targeted individuals, but they mix Christianity, New Age, and witchcraft. You know, saying Christian TikTok and witch talk. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. You know, you sitting there promoting chakras and energy healing and tarot card readers and glorifying Reiki healing and then using the Bible and then telling everybody to repent of their sins. Like, you got everything all mixed up, and you claim to be a so-called targeted individual saying you being gang stalked, but all you do is sit behind a fucking desk or sit in your fucking car driving in driving around in your brand new pretty Tesla talking about how great God is. But they have so many people, some people whose heart is in the right place and want to do right and, you know, keep on being sabotaged and provoked. And, so yeah. So that's what the online perps, they smear campaign me to the targeted individual community and even have other so-called TIs to join in. So it's like, I'm not allowed to participate in this so-called, I guess I'm probably banned from participating in this so-called targeted justice lawsuit. And so it's like I gotta deal with all this all by myself, just suffering all by myself. And, you know, as I said, I got so many fake subscribers that want to pretend to grade my videos on whether the topic is positive or negative. And it's not even about that. I mean, a true Christian would be seen by this satanic fake New Age society. A real Christian would be seen by somebody who's full of negativity and a pessimist. You know, if people wouldn't think it's positive to you know, the fact that if you tell somebody, hey, you going to hell, you wicked. But, you know, but they think that going to NLE Chopper concert is something great and positive. Or if there was a movie that said 666 Hell Avenue, you know, y'all call that something positive. Like, y'all embracing Satanism and thinking that going to hell is cool, but when somebody warn you, you going to hell, oh, you know, Oh, how dare you try to condemn us? Oh, you can't condemn me. Oh, you condemn yourself. You can't condemn me. How you going to judge me? Well, you're judging everything I do. And treat me like I don't have rights, trying to control people. So, you know, the perps act like they want to push you to go get a job, but the sight game that they play is they slander you to the potential employer before you can even get hired. I mean, so that the potential employer could tell you no. So, you know, leaving you out of work and unemployed. They blocking me from making a living from my ebooks, and I noticed that, you know, ever since dealing with that feud that Anthony started a couple of weeks ago, I'm glad he left me alone, but I lost 20 subscribers behind him. And he gained so many by smear campaigning and lying. So, so then, you know, it seems like I mean, there was like after that, like I had from 1,244 YouTube subscribers, I lost like maybe 18. And there was a point in time for a nice while, for a couple of weeks, I couldn't even get over 1,200, like 1,226. And now they won't even let me go over like 1,234. And so they're controlling my subscribers, my subscriber count. They're controlling my my views, my thumbs up. They like I got 2 thumbs up almost, you know, I got 2 thumbs up about the video about the fake TI watch. And so then after a while they stripped that away and make sure that hell no, you're not gonna get any thumbs up on this one. But last I saw, it looked like only one person loved me enough to give me a thumbs up on that video. And it was a small 3-minute video. You know, just warning people. So it's crazy that speaking truth is considered negativity and drama. But being fake and living in a fantasy land, you know, people get praised for just playing God and being fake. Wanting to control everybody else, but your ass is just fake. Fake. And then fake people run around calling everybody else fake. But you fake too. You fake too. You're fake too, and you're fake too, and all y'all asses just fucking fake. So, I mean, y'all want to bully, boss, and control people, take their rights away, but you can't even reveal your identity online. You can't even reveal your identity online. All these so-called targeted individuals telling me ignore the perps. But at the same time, y'all listen to the perps. When the perps lie on me and say stuff about me, y'all be the first to give heed and listen. Y'all be the first to give heed and listen. Just backwards. But y'all listening to their slander campaigns, but y'all telling me to ignore. But y'all be the first to listen and defend and agree with them. And then start acting like a perp. So, Saturday, I don't know if Friday or Saturday, if I will have to be back on the streets again and have to flee Bloomington and pack up, leave like over 90% of my belongings behind that I've accumulated since being here. I might have to just get my important documents and the clothes on my back and my MP3 player and a couple of other things and just leave and go back to my hometown, New Orleans or something, knowing I can't exist there, but the hell, I don't think I can be homeless on the streets here. I don't think I can be homeless on the streets in Houston, Texas. So, I'm hoping, even though I don't like it here, but it's the only thing I can get, though. But the gang stalking is what's making me not like it. If you didn't gang stalk and abuse me, then I can enjoy it here. I just wish that I had like a regular stove and oven and a real bathtub plus the shower, like the bath and the shower, like at hotels and stuff, But I don't know. And it's like, no way can you call yourself a God-fearing, loving Christian, but you don't care about another, Christian. If you don't care about their suffering, or, you don't care about what they're going through, and you just don't even, it's like a lot of people who profess to be Christian, they're not even praying for me. Even professed Christians ignore and avoid me like the plague. Fake as hell. Fake. So, it's 3:42 p.m. And I wrote 2 short stories last night. I kind of felt like I ran out of ideas, excuse me, on regular short stories to write, but the series that I've been working on, I got plenty of ideas, scenarios about that, but but this morning in my oatmeal, I think I accidentally put way too much sugar. I accidentally poured way too much sugar because I don't have like a measuring, measuring utensils. But, and I think that I may have put a little too much butter as well, but I think I'll be all right. But, the reason why I put that big spoon of coconut oil in that big pot of beans, because, to try to stretch me for a few days. But I'm hoping that the oil is like distributed evenly, throughout the beans. I try to stir it, so I had put it, the beans in containers, like Tupperware containers, and put some in the freezer, just like the rice. And I have leftover chicken gravy from yesterday. I'm wondering if that can add more flavor to my beans and stuff, so it won't be bland and boring, But I'm starting to get hungry now. But if I can eat the if I can, I don't know if I will try to make banana nut muffins as a snack. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do, But some people say don't let the perps get you down. And, that I should just, continue to do what makes me happy and continue writing and stuff. But people aren't even really interested in my short stories and stuff like that, So I guess I'm going to go now and and just try to finish preparing. I guess it'll be an early dinner. So as I said, I'm quite scared, scared of ending up, if I be told that, oh, well, if my attempts to try to pay for another month to stay here, if my attempts get denied and I get told that I have to leave or whatever because of the gang stalking and stuff like that, I'm just warning y'all in advance, So I don't know of any other place to go to have a roof over my head for an affordable price. Because if I do get to stay here next month, then I won't be asking for any rent money at all, because I have it. I will have it. The day after tomorrow, I will have the money. So I will not have to ask for, money for a roof over my head, or money towards the rent. And then I got to pay my phone bill and storage bill back in Pensacola. And then, and then after that, after the phone bill and storage bill, I'm supposed to have like about $200 left over. But it might be a couple of more months. I don't know if it's like each time you reach $100, then you get the payout for the YouTube thing. But yeah, it seems like my number of views have been dropping as well. I noticed that on average I'll be lucky if I get 30 views on a video, especially the shorts. But so I know some of the online perps did say that, oh yeah, ever since she became monetized, I stopped watching. Well, great. That's good. One less perp, one less stalker, one less meddler. So they're sitting there making lots of money off of us targets, but I'm not even trying to make money off of you. You willfully choose to click on my videos and, be entertained at my misfortune and my pain and suffering. But they feel like, how dare she make money off of me? I'm unsubscribing. I'm not watching any of her videos ever since she got monetized. So yeah. I mean, it's like they're jealous but think that they're better. But so I some people say that with beans, some people act like as if they advertise that you should only eat beans 2 or 3 times a week. And they say the same thing with peanut butter, that you should only eat 2 or 3 times a week, or you should only eat nuts 2 or 3 times a week. But, well, if the Mexicans and other Hispanics can eat beans and rice every day, then I should be fine, you know. Or they'll try to tell you because of mercury in tuna or whatever, you should you should restrict your fish diet to like 2 or 3 times a week. So I don't even have any fish, but as I said, I might have to live off of just the beans and rice for the next couple of days. But I know I gotta pray more, pray against them trying to make me back homeless again, or having me wrongfully banned from everywhere. And so when they all spread the false smear campaigns and the false rumors throughout the community that, oh, watch out for her because she's crazy and she's a bad person, and when they're performing the harassment techniques and they're abusive, narcissistic, sold out gang stalkers, breaking the law. They get paid to break the law. Human traffickers. So it's really humiliating and embarrassing, and they just want me to learn this lesson with this being ashamed. They want me to feel this undeserved shame. They want me to be looked at as the epitome of shame. So, they already have it in plan to run me out of town. So ever since what happened, I guess I'm supposed to expect more people out in this local community to be prejudiced and treat me like shit. I can't even go, like what I would have wanted to was go walk for exercise and, walk around that walking trail, the small little walking path or walking trail that they have a couple of blocks down. And they have loose dogs running around with no collar, no nothing, and just, they have like so many loose dogs. So that's another thing. So I can't even go out for a walk and exercise and try to get back in shape because of, to try to keep gang stalking activities, trying to keep it down. Because if I go out, then they perk more, they make more money off of me. But I just try to stay inside and stay out of trouble. And it feels like as if I'm gotta lock myself up in prison. Like as if, excuse me. It's like, so I can't even go get my laundry done. I can't even go grocery shopping. Excuse me. I can't even just walk down the street. So I'm sitting here just trying to, it feels like as if I'm, like me just staying in here all day, every day, and not going outside, made me feel like I'm on some sort of house arrest or something. Like as if I had to put myself on house arrest. And looking at this four walls, of this place, like I can't even really step outside of my house without trouble. I mean, this morning I took out the trash. Well, was it late this morning or early, super early this afternoon? Earlier I took out the trash. I took out the trash. And so my phone keeps on repeatedly freezing up on me. And I'm not ready for a new one. So seeing like my phone is just going downhill. So they won't allow me to make a living with my writing. So I'm gonna try to see what I can come up today with my writing, possibly, and I'm gonna go for now, and I'll see y'all later.